January 2014. This cabinet actually started in January of 2012, but I was off making pens, so I kind of put this on the back burner. Making a router cabinet, first thing I did today was I made a fence. What the fence actually does has the ability to slide back and forth with varying sizing bits. Haven't made it yet, but on the back side you can see the angle irons, the angles holding it up, as well as the plexiglass where this will be a dust collector. We'll put a hole here, we'll suck it all the way through. And this is the fence. It's all made out of 1/2-inch MDF. Once I have these tightened up, I'm able to use the Allen wrenches, bring them together tight, and she's rock solid. One of the keys to making the fence is making sure that you are at a perfect 90-degree angle from the tabletop to the fence itself. So with this set and aside, we'll go to the router cabinet itself. It's an old Corian countertop from our kitchen. We replaced that shortly after moving into the house, and thought this being a perfect, nice, flat, solid top for the router table. One of the pieces I did want to do is I wanted to have zero clearance not only for the fence, but also for the router table top. So using the router, I routed out just a slight piece, square. As you see, it's centered, and then just Lexan that sits in. I was a little bit too deep with my route, so just a nice thin set of masking tape on the bottom brings it up perfectly flush across the tabletop itself. You notice another hole over here. I'll show you this in a minute, the underneath, but basically this is a router lift to be able to raise and lower the router bit itself. Now, before the router lift itself, I found these from a variety of plans online, both American Woodworker as well as some other folks that made lifts on their own. And what I found is that they were spending a lot of money on expensive bronze bushings, etc. to do it. I didn't want to do that. I had left over in the house some electrical tubing from the wiring of the shop. So made a carriage you can see it sits on, and by twist on this, the router raises and lowers. What I have built in here right now is a DeWalt 618. It's both a plunge as well as a fixed base router. It fits in here perfectly. Now if I decided I wanted to change the router, this collar is what locks it tight. I have a little bit of room, so if I wanted to get a bigger router, it would fit in there. What I've done is I've wired in the back a switch on-off, but then also a permanent switch that I'll mount a hole in the back and actually bring a light up to the tabletop. I actually put a piano hinge in the back of it, so if I need to get access, I could. But for the most part, I should be able to make all of my bit changes right from the top itself. Work left to have happen are the drawers going down the front. On the sides, I'm actually going to have some slides here for the router bits on both sides. And then cabinet with a dust port in the back. And then a cabinet underneath, or shelf underneath, for both the fixed base router bit as well as the plunge. Well, that's it with my router table. A little more work to do, but she seems to work perfectly. Raises and lowers without making too much noise too. So look forward to making my first picture frames.